Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever it is for you. For me, it is Thursday, September 14th, 2023, day 568 of Vladimir Putin's full-scale invasion of the sovereign nation of Ukraine. But as we know, the Ukrainians hit back and hit back hard in the early morning hours yesterday. And today we have the satellite images that show the complete destruction of both the Rostov-on-Don Kilo-class submarine that was responsible for firing Caliber missiles against the people of Ukraine, and the landing ship, the Minsk, both in dry dock, and the dry dock itself destroyed. So right there's $1 billion worth of damage to Russian infrastructure and equipment. And again, that submarine was a weapon of war that was used to strike civilian targets with Caliber cruise missiles inside of Ukraine. It's a fair target. That landing ship, the Minsk, one of 3 landing ships like it that the Ukrainians have destroyed in the last few months. That landing ship would be critical infrastructure for the Russians once Crimea comes under full siege. Now, the siege of Crimea has already begun. There's already long lines at the gas pumps. Crimeans are complaining about the price of gas. Things are becoming untenable for life for the Russians in Crimea. Property prices have plummeted. People are trying to sell and get out now. And they should be. They should be fleeing. They should be fleeing. If you are there supporting this occupation in any capacity, you are a traitor to the nation of Ukraine, and you should get out now while you can before justice comes for you. No two ways about it. Now, this attack on the Crimean Peninsula demonstrates how the Ukrainians have outthought and outfought the Russians from the beginning of this war, from Hostomel to Crimea. Let's take a look at how this was executed. This is the port of Sevastopol, home of the Black Sea Fleet. This guy is the head of the Air Force. And the question came up yesterday, what missiles were used to hit these targets? How were they successful? And there were lots of rumors flying around until this fella here said that, Sevastopol experienced a storm yesterday, indicating that the final coup de grace came from a Storm Shadow missile or multiple Storm Shadow missiles. And it looks like multiples. But here's how the Ukrainians made it successful. The first thing to appreciate are the preparations that have been made over many months and many strikes into Crimea. In addition, there was the securing of the northwest corner of the Black Sea last week. A number of things happened. Over the last 3 weeks, actually. About 3 weeks ago, we had the hit that took out the radar installations, $2 million radar installation and 240 million radar installations right at the tip of the far northwest of the Crimean Peninsula. Then this week we had the oil rig platforms taken out, which further eliminated Russia's ability to have early warning detection systems and to see what was coming at them from the northwest. Apparently, the first 2 phases of last night's attack included unmanned naval drones that came into the port from the sea, which were, according to the Ukrainian MOD today, they did confirm that what the Russian MOD said yesterday was correct. All 3 of those UAVs were taken out and did not strike their targets in the harbor. But it's irrelevant. This is the outthinking part. It's irrelevant because the UAVs were a distraction, as were the S-200 missiles that came in right behind them. So we know that Ukraine has a secret S-200 missile program, or had a secret S-200 missile program. It's now pretty well known that they have an S-200 missile program that converts the old Soviet S-200s into long-range surface-to-surface weapons. And that's what they did. They peppered the targets with these S-200 missiles, not to hit the targets. This is the beauty. Again, the outthinking part. Just like the drones, the S-200s weren't sent in to hit anything. They were sent in order to distract and to reveal the positions of air defense to Ukrainian armed forces, who then sent a wave of HARM missiles in to take out those air defenses, right? Brilliant. Because for the coup de grace, the very expensive, very limited Storm Shadows, right? Limited in number, not in scope. Their scope is expansive, but they don't have many of them. And the U.S. is really holding on to those ATACMs we got. I don't know what's wrong with us that we can't part with 700 ATACMs for the Ukrainians. Come on. Okay. So this is how it was done. Beautifully, elegantly, effectively. Again, I want to thank reporting from Ukraine, whose maps these are. I don't want to take credit for these. They're beautiful, and they saved me a lot of time. And so I'll just remind everybody that reporting from Ukraine over on the Tube of Views, who you should follow, is over there. And he's got a store, UA Supporter. I am not paid for this advertising. I do not get anything out of it. But I appreciate the gentleman's work. I appreciate his maps. I'm happy to share them with you as long as he doesn't mind. And give him a little plug. So uasupporter.com. You can find all kinds of material there that supports Ukraine. And you guys make it a great day. Thanks.